Everyone knows that the Sega Genesis had the best sports titles during the 90s, and today I'm going to show you the top 5 Genesis sports games. Let's get started. I'm going to start things off with one of those games that my dad and I played a ton together, because it was around the same time he was teaching me to play real golf and... Shh! Sorry guys. It's Pga Tour Golf 2 from EA Sports.
Pga Tour Golf 2 was released on the Genesis in 1992 and was hailed as having all the sights, sounds, and shots on the PGA Tour. It has 6 actual PGA courses to choose from, professional players and their likenesses offering tips for each hole, a sports announcer, and even instant replay when you hit a great shot. It was always a great feeling when you got that instant replay after a 300-yard drive. The controls and power meter on this game are challenging but fair, and the swing mechanics of the golfers look great for a 16-bit system. And the virtual grid to help you line up your putts on the green is an awesome feature. I can't begin to tell you how many hours we spent playing this back then, and it still holds up today with any other golf game I've played.
Next on our list is a game I spent the entire summer of 1993 playing, and that game is RBI Baseball 93.
RBI Baseball 93 was developed by Tengen and is jam-packed with tons of awesome features and gameplay. First off, it has all the actual teams and players in the MLB. You have so many different game modes, such as exhibition games, pennant race, home run derby. I really enjoy the stadium tour mode because you can pan the camera around actual 16-bit versions of MLB stadiums like the Green Monster at Fenway and the outfield fountains at Kauffman Stadium. Game Breakers is another game mode that was so forward-thinking at the time. You have a large list of specific game situations to be in and try to get your way out of. I mean, what kid hasn't ever dreamed of being at bat, bottom of the ninth, down by 3 with the bases loaded to see if you can hit that grand slam and be the hero? My cousin who lived out of state came to town with his family and visited for a week that summer when I got this, and we really got to know each other and had a blast playing this game all week, and I can't recommend it enough.
The next game became a worldwide phenomenon when it came to the arcades back in 1993, and it made the word Boom Shakalaka a household name. That's right, I'm talking about NBA Jam.
Oh man, this game was everywhere. Basically anywhere a mall or pizza joint could fit an NBA Jam arcade cabinet, it was there. When Midway made a home console port for the Genesis, I snatched one up really quick. The game has all the great features of the arcade, although one problem is that Shaq was only on the arcade version. The player likenesses on the select screen look great, and the colors, controls, and gameplay are near perfect. The high-flying dunks, along with the announcer commentary, blatant fouls, and on-fire jump shots make this game not just one of Genesis' greatest sports titles, but one of its top 10 titles ever, in my opinion. I mean, everyone played this. I remember about every one of my friends growing up having this game, and at least at my school, there was this urban legend secret character everyone said you could unlock called Shaq-O-Vator. I don't know how it got started, but we all fell for it, and I kept trying to get some crazy code combinations to figure it out. I mean, have any of you heard of this? If you have any clue as to Shaq-O-Vator's whereabouts, I would still like to know, so leave me a comment. And the best is when you get late in the fourth quarter and try to get that backboard shattering dunk. This game is a timeless classic, end of story.
Our runner-up is still rated one of the best baseball video games of all time, and it still holds up today. I'm talking about Sports Talk Baseball. I'm gonna do something real quick I've always wanted to try. See ya! Oh yeah, got all of that one.
Now, when this game was released in North America back in 1992, it was the first baseball game to use recorded vocal commentary to call the game, and it was an unbelievable experience at the time. Of course, the game has all official licensed players and teams based on the 1991 rosters, and it was the first game to actually attempt to mimic players' batting stances like Julio Franco's over-the-head stance, Ricky Henderson's crouch, Cecil Fielder's open stance, and much more. You really thought this was the future back then because it blew all previous baseball games away. You could choose from 3 different stadiums and play exhibition games or compete in a pennant race or an all-star game. Another great feature was the ability to edit rosters and create your own lineup. You could easily stack your own lineup with an all-star roster and just destroy the competition. And the game even featured a 10-run mercy rule, which I haven't seen before or since. If you're going to buy one baseball game for the Genesis, then Sports Talk Baseball is the only choice. Now before we get to my number 1 pick, I have a couple quick honorable mentions. The first is Bill Walsh College Football. My cousins and I would play this game a ton, and it had such addictive gameplay with a style and configuration similar to most modern football games today. I basically would just pick the 1983 team from Auburn and use Bo Jackson to just run past and over everyone. It's like Tecmo Bowl all over again. The second game is James Buster Douglas Boxing. Now, Buster Douglas was trying to cash in on his 15 minutes of fame when he defeated Tyson for the heavyweight title. He actually got his own boxing game early on in the life of the Genesis. It's not the best game in the world, but the controls are responsive and the opponents are challenging enough, but not crazy difficult. Also, the cutscenes between matches were pretty amazing back then.
Now, I am so pumped for our #1 video because it's been a long time since I played it, and yeah, this helmet's ridiculous, isn't it? I couldn't find a helmet that would fit me. I never can find anything that can fit my fat head. I guess we'll just throw this skit out. And we're back. Not for real, guys. It has been years since I've played my #1 sports title, and I was kind of concerned whether or not people would consider it a sports title, but it's going to be a sports title today. So the #1 game is Road Rash by Electronic Arts.
This game was released back in 1991, and it's a fast-paced motorcycle street racing game. I just happened to rent this game once before I bought it, and I became obsessed with this game pretty much instantly. The title screen artwork and music are about as good as it gets on the Genesis. You have multiple courses to choose from all throughout California to compete in these underground street races. And what makes it even better is that you can just beat the crap out of the other racers with your fists, legs, or even a club if you can snatch one from another racer. And you even have to avoid the cops during the races too. The graphics are great and the controls are super responsive. You can even earn money from the races to help you upgrade to a better motorcycle. Throw in the amazing soundtrack into the mix and you have a near perfect game for the Genesis.
You guys agree with my top 5? Let me know in the comments below and share some of your favorite sports games. If you enjoyed this video, you know the drill. Hit that like button, hit subscribe. Until next time, guys, G3 out.